How do you interpret radar targets for night boat navigation? Imagine sailing through the dark with only the glow of your radar screen to guide you. Night navigation can be tricky, but understanding how to read radar targets makes it safer and easier. When you look at the radar display, you see a top-down view of your surroundings. The boat is at the center, and everything else appears as blips or echoes. These targets can be other boats, land, buoys, or floating debris. The radar sends out radio waves that bounce off objects and return to the antenna, creating these echoes. Each target on the screen shows two key pieces of information: how far away it is, called the range, and which direction it is from your boat, called the bearing. Range is shown by concentric circles called range rings. If the outer ring is set to 4 miles, each inner ring represents 1 mile closer. You can adjust a marker called the variable range marker to measure the exact distance to a target. The bearing is shown by a line called the electronic bearing line. By aligning this line with a target, you see its direction from your boat. Watching how the bearing and range change over time helps you judge if you're on a collision course. If the bearing stays steady and the range gets smaller, you're heading toward that object. Moving targets like other boats will shift position on the screen. If a vessel's bearing stays the same but the range decreases, it means you're closing in and need to take action. Some radars can automatically track targets, showing their speed and direction as vectors, lines pointing where they are heading. These systems also calculate the closest point of approach and the time until you reach that point. This helps you decide if you need to change course. Radar resolution depends on the pulse width. Shorter pulses can distinguish closer targets but might not detect distant objects as well. If two targets are very close in range or bearing, they may appear as one large echo, making it hard to tell if it's one boat or several. When navigating at night, use radar to confirm what your eyes see. Regularly check for new targets, especially in busy areas or near shorelines. Adjust the sensitivity and range to suit conditions. Too much sensitivity can cause clutter, while too little might miss important targets. Always combine radar with other tools like charts and GPS. If you're unsure about a target, slow down, change course if possible, and keep watching. Remember, radar is a helpful aid but not a replacement for good lookout skills. Be cautious of false echoes from floating debris, birds, or waves. Small objects like kayaks or logs may not show up well, especially in rough seas. Interpreting radar targets at night takes practice. Start by understanding the display, then learn to judge movement and collision risk. With time, radar becomes a reliable partner for safe night boating.